Hi there. I've seen a lot of top 10 sets, and basically what I'm going to be doing right now is giving a top 12 list of 12 box sets that are fairly cheap, that hopefully you can still find around, that are really good to add to your horror collection if you don't have them. If you do, awesome, but some of these you've probably seen some other lists, other ones you haven't. I've got quite the horror collection, and this is just kind of like giving a nice little starter pack for people that may just be starting out or just may find something that they haven't had before. Anyway, so the first one on this list is one you can find at any Walmart, or usually for about like $5 to $8, and that's like it's the horror 4-pack. It has Wolfen, Body Snatchers, Coma, and Bad Moon. Bad Moon and Wolfen are two movies that are find criminally underrated, and you don't hear a lot about them nowadays. Albert Finney does a great job in Wolfen, and Bad Moon I saw in theater. I thought it was really fun. A really good film. This next one was given to me by my dad, and I was so pleased to get this one. Actually, it's called Scream Theater. There's 12 movies on this, and it's let's see how many. It's got 4 discs, and the movies are Alice, Sweet Alice, Beast of the Yellow Night, Beyond Atlantis, Death Game, Don't Open the Door, The Night Creature, otherwise known as Out of the Darkness, Scream Bloody Murder, Sisters of Death, Twilight People, Vampire Happening, Young Hannah, Queen of Vampires, and House of the Living Dead, otherwise known as, of course, The House by the Cemetery, which I have 2 or 3 times, at least in different ways. Alice, Sweet Alice, I really, really wanted this for. I'm a big fan of that film. I'd like to get a good edition of that. There's a few here that I really got to get down and watch. Twilight People is a Pam Grier kind of a Alan Dr. Moreau film. Beast of the Yellow Night's another good one for this one here. House Living Dead, of course, I am a big fan of House by the Cemetery. I have a much better version of it than this here, but it's fun to have. Scream Bloody Murder, I don't remember that well. There's still a lot on this one that I haven't seen, but again, this is 12 movies and brought out by VCI, and of course varying quality with those guys, but it's a pretty good set. I like it. A creepy cover there, especially if you don't like insects. No. The next one is kind of a horror comedy fun thing. It's the Tremors Attack Pack. Really did have fun with the Tremors films. I thought they were a nice throwback to the old monster films, especially the original Tremors. Tremors 2 is pretty good as well. Then of course there's 3 and there's 4. I'm big on the first one most of all, but any of these movies are just fun to sit down and watch. I can even watch the TV series actually, which wasn't that great, but I think it's a good one having your collection. Tremors Attack Pack, and you usually get it for fairly cheap. It's part of the franchise collection. This one you've seen in a few videos before, but it's definitely worth revisiting. If you don't have it, please get it. It's the Gates of Hell trilogy. You may want to get these in another edition, but if you've never watched the Fulci ones, City of the Living Dead, The Beyond, House by the Cemetery, they're just 3 fantastic films. I can't say enough good stuff about this. The Beyond is usually the one that's rated the highest. I'm a really big fan of House by the Cemetery. So you can see this is the second version of House by the Cemetery I had, and it won't be the last one that I get, by the way. Great set. Some great stuff in this. This is a Region 2 one, by the way, so have a region-free DVD player if you want to play that one. Next up is a Canadian release, and it's the Prom Night, the collection. It's got 4 Prom Night movies. Prom Night, Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2, Prom Night 3, The Last Kiss, and Prom Night 4, Deliver Us from Evil. It's one that doesn't get a lot of love, but I actually do like Prom Night 4. It's goes back to the slasher roots. Prom Night is a fun, predictable slasher. Prom Night 2 is I love Prom Night 2. It's just there's just something about that film. Prom Night 3 is probably the least in the set, but again, it's a 4-disc set. If you're stateside or UK side, and you get the chance to pick this up, it really is a good one. There is another one out now that has all 4 of these films on it, and has the Prom Night remake. I didn't need that one because I have the Prom Night remake already on Blu-ray. I would get the Prom Night movies over again if somebody put those out on Blu-ray in a really good edition. They have some features on it. Those are pretty featureless. The next one I don't even remember, but I just wanted to give you a shot of one of these here, because there was a few of them put out, and this is not the best one out of them, but I just like the way that the set was done. and this is one of the blood-soaked cinema ones. This one's called A Night to Dismember, and it has Insaniac, Last House on Hell Street, Phobias, The Seekers, Dead and Rotting, which I really like that one actually. It's Debbie Rochon. I think she's a great scream queen. The Bone Sitter, it's Kaufman too, I think. Ozone, Bloodletting, Collinsville, Searching for Heisman, HPE, Hardcore Poisoned Eyes, and In the Little Mansion. I can't say that I know a lot of these films, or I've even gone to watch anything in this except for Dead and Rotting. But there's a few in the Blood-Soaked Cinema collection that are better than that one. And just check out the collection as well, the Blood-Soaked Cinema collection. Now the next three kind of go together, but I'm taking them as separate entities. And these almost got stopped from being released because I think there was some kind of rights issues. And I got them for really cheap, and I love these. I know they went to Walmart afterwards. They started at HMV. This is the Blood Night collection. It's 4 Giallos, Deep Red, Cat o' Nine Tails, 7 Bloodstained Orchids, Short Night of Glass Dolls. Of course, anybody worth their salt knows that Deep Red is the definitive Giallo, and that's, of course, Argento. This is like the shortened version of it. This is not the good version. Cat o' Nine Tails, not my favorite. Actually, probably one of my least favorite Argento films. But I wanted to get that. I got these here mostly for the rare ones, because a lot of these movies here would cost about $25-$30 to buy each, and some of them really aren't worth like getting the bare bones DVDs that are there. 7 Bloodstained Orchids I wanted. Antonio Sabato, of course, not Sabato Jr. Was the soap opera actor. It's directed by Lindsay, and I'm a big fan of Lindsay. Short Night of Glass Dolls. It's kind of a cool, surreal type film. The next one, of course, is the Deadly Fiends collection. I really love this one. It's Case of Bloody Iris, Your Voice is a Locked Room and Only I Have the Key. That's Sergio Martino, and I'm a really big Martino fan. One of my favorite giallos of all time is Torso. Death Laid an Egg, of course, that has Gina Lollobrigida in it. The Darkest Death's Friends, and it's Lucio Cosi, and he's a good friend of Argento's. Of course, if you know the Giallos, then The Case of Bloody Iris has Edwidge Fenech and George Hilton, and she's a particularly big sex symbol in this genre. Number 3, which if you know these movies, then you know what it is already, and that's Killers on the Loose collection. This has The Red Queen Kills 7 Times, early Sobodanning film. Really love this film, by the way. The Fifth Chord, and that's Franco Nero, who we all know as Django. 7 Notes in Black, which is another name for Psychic, I think. Stars Jennifer Neal and Lucio Fulci, and I'm pretty sure 7 Notes in Black is another name for the movie Psychic. Like you can see here, these are some pretty awesome movies being brought out. And of course, Don't Torture a Duckling, another one I really love as well. Again, another Fulci film. I'm a big fan of Fulci. These sets here really put out some awesome stuff for people to look at. Next one's really cheesy fun. I picked this one up in Montreal when I was going to the Comic-Con a couple years ago, and it's called the Beast Collection. I didn't realize how good this was going to be, but I'm going to get this out here now. Zontar, the Thing from Venus, Zontar Commands, and The Eye Creatures. That's a double feature from Retro Media. Love that. Zontar, if you're a SCTV fan, then you probably remember the episode where they're all being taken over by aliens, and that's the whole Zontar thing. That's where that comes from. The Great Imaging Collection, of course, that's 2 of the 3 Imaging films. Great double feature. Again, it's fun Japanese films. I really like them. I think there's a good Blu-ray set out now. I'll pick it up. But just to get this Beast Collection, this was one of the ones I originally bought it for. Now this is the Sasquatch horror triple feature. Has Sasquatch, Legend of Bigfoot, kind of a docudrama type thing. Snow Beast, which you find on a lot of cheap ones. That's the Clint Walker TV film with Sylvia Sidney. And the Snow Creature, it's kind of a Yeti movie. Can't say I've watched all of these, but I have fun with these type movies. I like these creature feature films. Bigfoot Terror, Search for the Beast, and Legend of Bigfoot, and Shriek and Mutilated, and of course Capture Bigfoot. These are 4 retro media ones, and one of these here. My God, I can't remember which one it is now, but there's no Yeti in the movie. It's somebody that's actually, it's like there's a big twist, and so after finding out the entire twist, the hero just realizes that there's no Yeti, and it's priceless. Just that line that there's no Yeti. You got to see the movie. It can't translate over, but you got to see the movie. It's one of those lines afterwards in context that when you see it with your friends, you can look at your friends anytime. You can just be anywhere, and you'll say, "So, there's no Yeti," and it's like the answer for everything. It lightens up the room. Last 2 are not steel books, but they're those tins. This is the Howling trilogy. Tin has the marsupials, which is cheesy ass fun. I think that's number 4, not 4, number 5, I think. And the Rebirth, which I'm pretty sure is number. Let's get the numbers 5 or 6, something like that. Howling 3. Okay, the marsupials is Howling 3. Ta-da! And 4 and 5 and 6 are the Rebirth and the Freaks. And honestly, Rebirth has barely any werewolf in it, but it's an amazing film. Freaks is Bruce Payne. I really liked it a lot. Howling 3 is an hilarious film. And the last one here is the one I got at Walmart. It's a Dark Moon Thriller Collection. And cool stuff. Fangs the Living Dead. Armando de Osorio. If you're a fan of the Blind Dead series, then you know his stuff. Grave of the Vampires, which is the one I got it for. I love this film. Will Smith does a great job. Devil's Nightmare with Erica Blanc. I'm so in love with her. This is the widescreen edition. So that was an incredible film in its day. Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory. Cheesy ass fun. Werewolf of Washington. Same thing. Moon of the Wolf. Absolutely the same thing. Of course, Zombie Hell House, which we know is that's House by Cemetery. Again, yes, like my 3rd House by Cemetery. Night of the Living Dead, Romero classic. It's also a easy to get classic. Last Man on Earth, Vincent Price. I love that film, by the way. I think it's highly underrated. White Zombies on the next one, and also with White Zombie is Revolt of the Zombie, which I don't think I watched, but it's a fairly good film. I saw it when I was younger. It's a nicely put together collection, just 4 discs. And right now I need to get caffeinated and find a way to close this thing. So that's what I'm saying by Cheapie. So it's time for tea. Thanks a lot, and I hope you enjoyed this one and you got some movies out that you hadn't seen that you want to watch.